think for most people, that's what's the most exciting part. It's not necessarily that they're doing something really, really awesome. So uh, that's kind of what is over here. Now, like I said, here's our planned rollout over the next few days to few weeks. This time period is only for DS domination members. Okay, the standard time for everybody to get in the matrix compression is 1 week. DS domination members, due to what we promised them, to promise all of you, you will actually be able to get in and you will have an extra 7 days. So you guys have about 2 weeks to solidify your position, to get in here, to make a decision wisely. Okay, don't be pressured. Don't think that you have to get in immediately. But if you don't, do lose some money. Don't think that you heard that. But you just want to make sure that you get in here and are making a wise decision for yourself. That's all there is to it. So now we can actually touch upon how the actual matrix works and why that's kind of exciting and why people have been kind of clamoring about that. And I'm gonna have maybe Kevin explain that a little bit, and then we'll actually get to some Q&A and answer some questions. So Kevin, do you want to go over that quick? He's just muted, so give him a second.
I would actually request that we get one of. I would actually make a formal request that we get one of your paint document sketches, Sesh.
Yeah, we have that already up here.
Yeah. So mapping out the matrix, flipping it, and all that stuff.
Alrighty. Okay, here we go. So the way Option Domination's other side works, which is the matrix side, and this is the whole idea behind the matrix side, is to ensure that members can actually generate some income without any recruiting whatsoever, not just on the product side, but also on the compensation plan side. Okay, and this will sound complex. Okay, but I just wanted to think about it carefully. It's not really that complex whatsoever. Just pay close attention to it, and you will see why it works as well it does. So basically, the entire company, the entire structure, every member in Options Domination goes into what's called a 3x7 matrix. Okay, well, not a 3x7. They go into a 3-wide matrix. The entire company goes into a 3-wide matrix. Every individual has their own 3x7 matrix. Okay, so let's say that Kevin joins the company tomorrow. This is Kevin. Kevin is going to have his own little 3x7 matrix. That means he's going to have 3 people on his first level, and then he's going to have 9 people on his second level, and then he's going to have 27 people on his third level, and so on and so forth. Okay, and we can keep going on and on. Now, some of you are familiar with a concept like this, and it's unfortunately a very, very common lure used by scammers in some cases, misleading people in other cases. And what they basically say is, well, you're going to get this unlimited spillover, and you're going to start making all this money because, Kevin, look, you don't have to sponsor anybody. It's just that when people above Kevin sponsor somebody, those people will fall into these spots. Okay, that doesn't actually practically play out. Okay, obviously, everybody should know there's no such thing as free money. In Options Domination, there's a little twist on this, actually makes sure that this works. Okay, so now Kevin is this big guy. He comes in and he starts referring people or doesn't refer people, doesn't matter. The entire company fills up in this 3x7 matrix structure. Okay, so the next person who joins company after Kevin goes in the next available open spot. Okay, let's say this is the next available open spot, and A goes here. And then B is referred by somebody else. Okay, let's say Jason refers B. B goes in to the next available spot. Then A refers C. C goes in the next available spot. As you can see, that C didn't actually go under A. Okay, because the aim here is not to build out this matrix organization and try and make money off of your matrix. That's actually not what the aim is. This is purely an organizational system for the entire company. Okay, in the entire company, instead of just having a database where every user is just in one row by itself, we have organized the entire database in this structure. Okay, so there's always somebody at the top. In this case, there's the admin position at the top, if you can think of that. And then below that, you have the top people in the company. In this case, it's Kevin, Roger, and I. And then we have other leaders and so on and so forth. Then we have all the DST members, and then we have the rest of the world coming in, right? So that's kind of the structure of the entire company. That's just how everybody's organized. But here's the little twist on this, that Kevin gets paid on people who are in his matrix, regardless of if Kevin ever referred anybody them. Okay, if he refers nobody ever, Kevin still gets paid on people who are in his matrix, which you can imagine is really, really good news for the people at the top of this matrix, right? Because they will automatically have people under them. So Kevin is one of the people at the top of the matrix, and let's say we imagine that all of these spots have been filled out. In such a scenario, say that again.
That makes Kevin happy. All right, sorry.
Yes, that makes Kevin very happy. And let's say all these spots are being filled out. In such a scenario, Kevin is making a pretty nice income. You know, he's making $9 here and $3 here. So what Kevin is getting is $1 per person per month in his matrix. Okay, so if there are 1,000 people in his matrix, Kevin is going to make $1,000 a month. You know, at least. It'll be more depending on what levels those people are on. If they are on the enterprise level, then he gets $3. If they're on the legacy level, then they get $7 and so on. Okay, so you have basically this income potential that's created regardless of recruitment, okay, regardless of how many of these people Kevin recruited. Now, everybody sees the natural problem here. The natural problem here is, like we addressed, this is very lucrative for the people at top of the matrix. And this is why typically companies go out and they tell other big leaders, they say, hey, you should join and promote us. We're going to give you one of the top spots in the matrix. Okay. And it's great for the big guy, but it does nothing, absolutely nothing for the people who will actually be in the matrix at the bottom. So you can see how the math plays out. There's one person here, 3 here, and then it just, you know, like expected, exponentially just blows up. And it just keeps going on and on. So when you get to, you know, a situation like this, I think we are 2187 at this level. We're looking at something like 3,200 people across the entire matrix, if somebody has a full matrix. So here's what's basically happening. You have all of these people making some money, right? Because even the people on this level still have people below them. But majority of the people in this matrix are making nothing. They can't make anything. This is the mathematical reality. The entire company would collapse from the bottom up. That's exactly what happens to almost every other MLM company over time. Okay, unless they have new blood coming in all the time. Okay, so that's one of the big problems. So the way to solve this problem is to try and come up with a system where these people who joined late, okay, who just joined chronologically at a later time, are not punished for that. So what happens in options domination is this entire matrix, okay, this entire matrix where Kevin is on top and all these people are at the bottom, actually gets flipped around, and there is a second matrix that exists at the same time. Okay, so we're going to call this M1, and then we're going to have an M2 where this entire matrix is switched. So the people who are at the very bottom of the first matrix are going to be at top of this matrix, and Kevin, who is at the top of the first matrix, is going to be at the bottom of the second matrix. Okay, that's going to basically make sure that some of the people who are at the bottom here are generating a decent income, right? One of these people out of these 2187 is going to make something like $3,000 at least. One of these people, and then another 9 of these people, 3 of these people are going to make something like $1,029. Then another 9 of these people are going to make something like $700, and so on and so forth, right? It works like that. But again, like we saw, there are so many people down here that flipping the matrix once does nothing. So then what we do is we have a third matrix called M3. And this one looks at who has yet not made money from matrix 1 and matrix 2 combined. Okay, so matrix 3 organizes all of those people in the exact same fashion. People who made least from M1 plus M2 go on top, everybody else goes below them. Okay, so at the end of this, once you actually analyze this entire system, you find that everybody has made at least a little bit of something. Now, these matrices are very fluid, right? Matrix 2 and 3 are changing all the time, because every time a new person joins or one person drops out or somebody refers somebody, the entire dynamics of this changes because somebody else has just come into the company. There is some new person who is now at the bottom of the matrix who will be at the top of M2, and this keeps changing all the time and keeps some excitement going if you are aware of what this would do in a real world basis. And at the same time, it gives a very good incentive for users to continue actually focusing on their option side of things, to continue trading, to continue building their business. And every now and then, a few people are going to get this nice little chunk of change. Every now and then, you're going to get a couple $100 or $400 or something like that from the matrix. that's just going to happen for a lot of people on completely randomly in some cases, but on M1 it's going to happen for people who are just chronologically in there first, which is one of the benefits that DS domination members get. When you guys are actually activating your options domination account, you're already getting the live trading sessions, which basically make your cost negligible because you're not paying for them anymore. And then on top of that, you're getting the matrix, which is actually paying you to be a member of options domination. Obviously, not everybody's going to be profitable. Not everybody's going to be making a ton of money from the matrix. But by and large, there's going to be less than 12% of the company, less than 14% of the company that doesn't make anything. Okay, so contrast that with every single online company out there, including DS domination in this particular aspect, because that's a standard affiliate program. You have maybe 3% of the entire membership base that usually makes money as an affiliate. In this scenario, roughly 86% of the entire company gets some kind of money. They get some kind of incentive. Now, to make that really, really exciting for the affiliates, right? Because the question is, where's the money coming from? Obviously, if all the customers are receiving some funds, then the affiliates and the company owners must be losing some money, right? And that's exactly what is happening. So one of the brainstorms that we all had, we kind of sat down, we discussed this a little bit, and then in our evil little minds, we came up with the idea, let's make Jason the owner. Jason is the only owner, and he can take the losses. So we basically don't pay Jason hardly anything from this. The entire system is set up where the company ownership doesn't really make much money at all. If you run through all the math, the actual company ownership doesn't make hardly any money, because about 86 or 87% of everything that comes in gets paid back out to customers and to the affiliates. So the company ownership takes a little bit of a hit. Then what we did, though, is to make sure the affiliates are actually being paid for being successful and being paid for their member success. We made sure that affiliates who are referring these members who are making money from the matrix actually get a matching bonus. Okay, so let's say Kevin referred B, or let's say Kevin referred this guy over here who is X. Okay, X ends up making, let's say, $500 from his second matrix, from M2. Okay, so he's pretty excited. He's just made $500 from the system. He hasn't done anything really for it. And Kevin will receive 25% matching bonus on it. So in this case, 25% of 500, Kevin is going to get $125. Basically because his referred user just made some money in the entire system. So the whole idea is to create a really exciting little thing where every single day, every single week, this entire structure is changing. It's constantly in flux. Members are making money trading. They get this kind of bonus money coming in every now and then from the matrix side. They can use that to actually continue trading even more. If they want to be an affiliate, they can make money with it as an affiliate very aggressively. Actually, the payout on this is overall greater than even what we have in DST, which is already the highest payout available in the entire MLM world that we are aware of. So it just adds up. As you keep going through this, you realize that this is a pretty neat system with the tri matrix and how it flips around and how it moves around and so on and so forth. Now, there is one really fun fact about this, which is what about the people who are left who have not made any money at all? And what about the people who have hit their cap in the matrix? Okay, so there is something known as a matrix cap. If you're a customer in options domination, okay, you're not an affiliate, you've not referred anybody. If you're a pure customer, then your income from the matrix is limited to $900. Okay, very valid reasons for that. There are many legal reasons for that, but for one of them being, this is not a lottery. Okay, we are not trying to run a system where we're like, oh, just be a part, and every now and then one lucky winner is going to get all this money. That's not what this is. So the customers are limited to $900, and the difference between that and what they actually earned gets rolled out to affiliates and people who have not yet made anything. So to give you an example, let's say that there's another person in here named Y. You know what? We'll just take Kevin as an example. Let's say Kevin is not an affiliate. Kevin is just a pure customer. Kevin comes in and Kevin's matrix generates for him $4,500. Okay, he's one of the top guys. But Kevin is a pure customer. What will happen is Kevin will only receive $900, and the remaining $3,600 will get distributed. Half of that is going to go to his referring affiliate and the affiliate above him and above him for 5 generations. And then 50% of this, which means $1,800, right, is going to actually get distributed to people who have made less than $10 so far. Okay, so 180 people in the rest of the company who are actually at less than $10 are going to be brought up to at least $10. Okay, so now you suddenly have all these people in the company who, if they just maintain their options domination membership and they just continue trading, they just focus on trading, they don't focus on anything else, they are naturally going to be generating about $120 every year, right? Because they're getting $10 every single month. So again, that's not breaking money. It's not supposed to be livable income necessarily, but the whole idea is you give them something. There's this little incentive and they log in and they see that they have made something in the company. It gets them very excited. Not only does it cause them to go out and kind of share that and make a more viral concept out of the whole thing, which we fully expect will happen, but it also at the same time is just a little gesture to do where we can say that, look, we have a successful company already. This is another successful company. We already have our tradings and we already have our assets. We already have our investments. Jason really doesn't need more money and he doesn't need more kids either, if you knew how many he had. But Jason is basically saying, yeah, you know what, that's fine. Let's go ahead. And instead of trying to hoard all that money towards the company ownership, which is what a lot of companies do with what's called breakage, it's their little technical term for allowing them to be greedy. And not that something is incessantly, there's nothing inherently bad with greed. It's the driving force of the free market. But with Jason, we don't have that. And this is not socialistic either, but it's basically a really, really good setup for all of our options domination members. The idea is we want you to make money from the affiliate side. We want you to make money as a customer. We want you to make money using a product. We just want you to be successful all the way around. We want you to continue running a very successful dropshipping and e-commerce business and use that to continue to build up your assets for trading and investments. And then, like we said, we will eventually go the route where we take all of our earnings from all of these different things and we're going to put them into what we call wealth protection assets or investments that you can leave for your family, that you can actually set up and one day say, I'm going to retire and our families will be able to live off of this. And that's really where we're going with this. Okay, so that's the whole bend of options domination. It's not just binary options, it's actually to give you more options in life as well and give you more options for you to set up more multiple streams of, different streams of income and so on. I hate saying multiple streams of income. It sounds very, very cliche, very boring and very MLM-ish. I don't like saying that.
Can I clarify something real quick? Because I'm getting a bunch of questions in the chat. That people
they're not bunched up. They're very clearly segregated in separate roles. They
are very okay. That's great. So what they're asking about the $900? They're saying, oh, so we capped at $900. I want to clarify that's for customers. So a customer can make that. If you're an affiliate, actually, Hitesh, can you talk about the different the differences between a customer and an affiliate?
Yes. Very, very straightforward thing over here. So in this scenario, we assume that Kevin referred nobody, did nothing. He just focused on his trading and that was it. But let's say that Kevin instead became an affiliate. Okay, and it's the exact same process as DS Domination. You have a separate $9.95 a month that you pay to become an affiliate. Okay, that legally separates you from being a customer. It says this person is actually an affiliate. The cost actually covers the payment processing. It covers the gateway and everything else. We don't pass those costs on to you like every other company does. We don't believe that's right because that's basically taking away 5% from our members, right? I mean, if we started taking away payment processing costs from our members, that's basically us taking away 5% more while claiming that we are paying out a certain percentage. So that's just wrong. So that's why we have a very fixed limited cost on that. And across the board, when you add everything up, it kind of balances out. So it works fine right now. So you pay $9.95 a month to be an affiliate. And all you do is if you're an affiliate, legally an affiliate, and you've referred one person in the entire company. If you referred one person, in this case, Kevin, let's say referred X, doesn't matter what level X is on. He could be inheritance, he could be legacy, he could be enterprise. Then this cap doesn't exist anymore for Kevin. Then Kevin actually gets to keep the $4,500 that he makes. You can actually kind of see a little side effect that this has. Okay, the side effect of this is when Kevin has a month where he made, let's say, $1,200, and he notices that he did not get the $1,200 because he chose to not be an affiliate. He chose to not actually be active on that side of the business. He's going to kick himself and say, you know what, I really should have been active, which is really good for the person who referred Kevin. Okay, so let's say Jason referred Kevin Now, suddenly, this is a really good scenario for Jason because Kevin has suddenly received a virtual monetary kick in the rear, and it's going to make him go ahead and become active and actually share the viral nature of the whole thing and share the results of what he's getting, right? A lot of people are going to get very good results and they just want to share it. We have, like the story Roger was telling you, there's all these people out there who are making all this incredible income using DS domination, but we never hear from them. They're not very public about it. They're not open about it. They're not talking about it. And that's fine. We absolutely don't want to go out there and try and make them talk about it either. But it's almost a disservice to the rest of the people out there because there is not this huge viral flow for it that should really exist given our results. You know, our results are so much stronger than anybody else. We really should have a lot more viral output, and we don't. So this kind of is as a side effect of the whole system. It also ensures a viral nature to the entire company, that not only are we sharing what our success rates are with the product side, it's actually also rewarding us to actually be active on the affiliate side, regardless of if you are a recruiter. Okay, you don't have to be a solid recruiter. In fact, one of the very simple things here is, and this is a real story. Kevin, for example, Kevin has a brother, and Kevin told his brother, hey, you need some help. You want to get set up on things. I'll give you my trading account and I'll transfer my sessions to you. Become a member of Options Domination. I'll transfer my legacy sessions to you. Attend the sessions, take the trades that are run in the session. That's all. That's making Kevin money because his account is being traded on. That's making his brother money because he's actually trading and generating an income. That's made Kevin qualified for this whole scenario. And now we have a natural growth of the company, which is not dependent on massive advertising. That's not dependent on hype. That's not dependent on trying to convert people. It's just based on simply, I have a system that works. I can actually share this system with somebody else. I can give them my credits. I can bring them in. I can put them in the matrix. They're getting benefit all the way around. They get to work. They get to generate an income. They get to trade, and they don't have to pay for the sessions, and they get to generate an income from the matrix. So all around, it's a very, very solid system that combines all these different aspects together to make sure that the end user is the one who is being focused on, who is being successful, instead of just the big affiliate who can refer 1,000 people. We don't hate you. I mean, if you can refer 1,000 people, please do that by all means. Refer 2,000 and we'll help you every step of the way. But you have to understand, it doesn't matter how many people you can refer. It matters how many of them you can get to be successful. If you can't get those 1,000 people to be successful, they're going to drop out, just like every other company drops out from the bottom. So if these 2187 are not successful, then this whole system starts collapsing. And that's why we go to such great efforts to make sure that Jason doesn't make money, and instead our members make money. And that's the whole flow of the thing, or what our aim was behind this. Now keep in mind, this is attached. This is kind of the entire ecosystem is merged together. Okay, when you go to the Options Domination back office, you will see your e-commerce integration status. You can go in here. You should actually go in here and activate your DST connection, because that will make sure when somebody joins Options Domination and they're looking at their back office, they will actually be looking at your DS Domination affiliate link as well. Okay, so you're going to naturally, from the viral growth of Options Domination, you're naturally going to build your DS Domination affiliate site as well. So now suddenly you start building quite a few different things. You start building your dropshipping income. You start building your FBA income. You start building your, naturally start making a matrix income. You start making your income from binary option trades. Then eventually we will also roll out more things, and you'll be making money from actual trading and investments. And then you also have the income from as an affiliate in Options Domination. And then you also have a side income being created as an affiliate in DS Domination. And then, of course, this entire system is going to tie in with the next thing that we're going to put out. Okay, so this is going to keep growing. This is an ever-expanding system that we're building. This has been pre-planned for 5 steps. This is step 2, Options Domination. And the interesting thing about this entire system here is notice where your income is coming from. Okay, over here, your income is coming from product sourcing. It is not coming from dropshipping. Over here, your money is coming from arbitrage between 2 different e-commerce locations, or even physical stores at times. Over here, this is purely coming from a company's organization. It is not coming from your recruitment efforts. Over here, it's coming from you're taking binary trades, obviously trades taken against other traders on a broker. Then you have trading and investments where you are actually making money because you are contributing to the entire economic pie. When you invest money into something, it actually creates economic activity. That economic activity, if it's productive, in turn pays you a return, and that's why you make money from investments. Okay, it's not because you're doing something evil and sucking away money from other people. You're actually generating an income for other people, and that's why you are getting paid for that. This is actually my obviously favorite part, because this is just it summarizes everything that we want to do as a company and as individuals. Then you have this income being generated, and this is the only income that actually even indirectly relies on recruitment. Recruitment, the bane of every MLMer, the bane of every home business owner that causes more people to fail than you can count, is the last afterthought in this entire system. Everything else, as long as people are buying and selling stuff, you can do this, 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 and you can do this even when people are not buying and selling stuff. In fact, investments will be active even in those situations, because then you have security forces and all that stuff kind of gets involved. So, ignoring the philosophies and the economic theory behind everything, the idea here is truly getting you to multiple streams of income. Instead of saying, you want multiple streams of income, go promote 5 MLMs and you have multiple streams of income. No, you don't. You have one source of income called recruiting other people. And that's horrible. I mean, that's horrifying. I couldn't pull it off, even if I had to. And I'm somebody, so when we promoted DS domination, I think I referred something like 600, 700 people into DS domination from sending a couple mails to my personal list, okay? Because I'd built this level of trust with my list and so on. But I cannot ever imagine making that my primary source of income and living off of that and having to stress about, oh no, these 8 people dropped out of my downline, I got to get my replication going and I got to get my this going and that going, let's organize this. To me, it just makes so much more sense to actually have a true business that is naturally profitable, and that's what attracts people to be participants in it, instead of trying to force people into being participants in it. Okay, so that's basically it. Okay, now for the launch times and everything else, it launches right now. You guys will be able to log in. Like we said, this webinar is going to be done. We are going to go over the final thing, which is going to be the only thing that's going to top this, I think. We're going to go over the final thing for this webinar, and then we're going to record this webinar. We're going to take the recording of this webinar, we're going to post it in our back office, and we're going to email it out. And at the same time, you will be able to go and access your Options Domination back offices at the same time, okay? So you will go to optionsdomination.com/members. Extremely easy to remember. If you go there right now, you'll just get a 404 error. It's not going to show you anything at all. But when you go there, after we have recorded this webinar and sent it out to everybody, and everybody's had the opportunity to go in there and take a look, you will basically be able to log in. And that will be over the next 3 or 4 hours, okay, depending on how quickly we get done with the webinar and so on. Okay, so there is no new date to give you guys. This will be live tonight, and you guys can go in and you can start, get your demo account set up, start trading, start learning, and so on and so forth, okay? And okay, there come all the messages about this is awesome, they can't stay awake. They can't go to bed because they're going to be awake. Can you be an affiliate at any level? Yes, you can be an affiliate at any level. To be a customer, you need to have inheritance. That's the minimum. Okay, that's how you're a customer of a company when you buy a product of theirs, right? So that's the minimum that you need to be a customer. But as the company as a whole, to be an affiliate, if you're an inheritance level member, then you can be an affiliate with it. You can actually be an affiliate without buying any of these products either as well. But in that scenario, you will not be earning anything from the matrix, because the matrix is reserved for our customers. Okay, so just keep that in mind. We have a very detailed compensation plan that goes over all of these things, and you will be able to see that link as well on our website. And Kevin, you might want to put that out there as well.